Welcome back. Moving on next, it's time to invite Desmond from Bountie Arena to join us on stage. Desmond is the Chief Business Development Officer for Bountie Holdings and Esports Exchange. He is a seasoned startup entrepreneur with 9 years of expertise in events, marketing, and investment sales. Bountie has been his recent foray into the esports industry. Together with the team and his 3 other partners, they strive to create the world's best platform for gamers to work, shop, and play together. Desmond believes that gaming is akin to music. It is transnational and transcultural. To be able to speak to Gen Z and Gen A, you will first have to decipher the language of gaming. At work, Desmond handles all corporate discussion and collaboration with businesses and government institutions. After work, he is subservient to 2 girls and 1 woman at home. On top of that, he enjoys the occasionally indulgence of ganking with friends on Mobile Legends and Marvel Super War. With his background, he would be the best person to share on how to digitalize your event experience with esport or social gaming. Against the backdrop of the global pandemic, consumer sentiment and behavior has fundamentally changed, and this is evident across all industries. The esports and gaming world are seeing increasingly more relevance in today's world as the new social fiber of society. Begging the question, if this trend is here to stay, then how should education, institution, and corporation manage this integration? Now we have one of Singapore's leading esports companies shed light on digitizing your event experience with esports and social gaming. Desmond, please.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking your time off to listen to this presentation. Now, before I begin, I would like to thank Aaron, Vian, and the team that made this whole ETS successful. And thank you for inviting me to have this discussion with all of you. I hope that you'll be able to take away something useful by the end of this presentation. All right. My name is Desmond. I am the Chief Business Development Officer for Bountie and Bountie Arena. Now, I would like to set the context of this presentation before I dive in, as I would assume most of you are here today are corporate individuals who have perhaps seen and heard what is esports and is aware of the increased popularity in recent times. More so during this COVID-19 situation, with countries going into lockdown and companies forced to have their staff work remotely. Against this backdrop of such pandemic, how can we still stay connected with our colleagues and our loved ones in more than just the usual video calls? Will gaming be here to stay? And how can corporates and schools utilize this gaming social fiber to communicate within their organization? As such, I will dial down in terms of the depth of my content today. I would like to use this presentation to offer you our company's perspective on the possible relevance gaming has in a corporation, right? So here's a little story about Bountie. Bountie exists in both an online and offline space. On the left of the screen, you see Bountie. We started this a little less than 3 years ago. We envisioned Bountie to be an online esports technology platform that has a mission to create the ultimate platform for gamers to work, shop, and play. All right. Later on, we'll have some chance. I will show you a bit more about the Bountie platform that we have. And on the right side of the screen, there is Bountie Arena, and this is a subsidiary that is owned by Bountie. It's an offline gamers heaven. It's Singapore's premier esports and gaming lifestyle venue, spanning across 6,600 square feet. It has 110 PCs, event space, darts corner, lounge. We serve gamers' favorite food like instant noodle and bubble tea. And it also has a classroom for teaching esports classes as well. All right. And these are some of the brands that, as a Bountie Arena, as an offline space, we have represented in clients of us and we have been partner of. So on the top rows, you see My Republic, Republic of Gamers, Coke, Monster Energy, NVIDIA, Phoenix Dust, and Auto. These are our partners of Bountie Arena. On the second, third, and fourth rows, these are the several brands that has been collaborating with. It has been clients of Bountie Arena for the past 1 year that we have been in operation. Of course, with that said, the COVID situation hit us really hard. We had to close because of the circuit breaker measures a couple months ago, and all events business was thrown out of the window basically. So as a result, Bountie Arena as an offline space, we are forced to innovate and look for alternative source of revenue. In which I hope during this session I'll be sharing with you, and we can generate some ideas for all of you. All right. But before that, allow me to maybe touch on next slide. I'd like to introduce on some of the more popular game titles that we have observed in the local Singapore scene as well as Southeast Asia. Do bear in mind that this list is not exhaustive. I'm sure there are many more games that you have maybe had your friends talk about, or you have seen or heard about as well. This is just a list that we think has the lowest barrier of entry for anyone who is new to gaming, or for any corporations who don't have a lot of gamers and they would like to organize an esports event, a gaming event. These are some games that you can try out. So there are generally two forms. There are PC games and mobile games. I tend to cite a little bit more towards the mobile games because not everybody has a gaming PC at home, but everyone will at least have a smartphone that is capable enough to start up some mobile games. All right. So we have first-person shooter game. Of recent, the PC game called Valorant is very popular. In the Battle Royale format, we have, under the mobile category, we have PUBG Mobile, we have Call of Duty Mobile, and also we have a Free Fire. Okay. And later on, I'll take a bit more time to go through what is the Battle Royale format. Next category, we have the multiplayer online battle arena, Moba for short. So under the mobile category, I would like to recommend Mobile Legends and also Marvel Super War as suitable categories that companies could adopt. If you're looking at PC title, League of Legends is a game that's been around for many, many years and is still very largely popular among gamers. Under the other genres, I'd like to also bring to you that there's FIFA. FIFA is, of course, it can be played on a console game. It's still very largely popular and can be played as a soccer game. It can be enjoyed across different companies. And also Audition as well. And then when you look at the last column, we have social games. I'm sure many of you out there, you will have different ideas of what sort of social games that can be played. I took the liberty to put down 3 different options. Sketchful.io is like a Pictionary game. Kahoot is like a Q&A game. It's like a trivia. And of course, we have Bingo Baker, which is one of the platforms that's really good for making your own bingo cards. Okay. So let me cover a little bit more about the Battle Royale and the mobile game titles. So for those of you who aren't in tune with the different game genres, this will give you a good understanding. All right. So this is a game called Free Fire. It's played on the mobile games. It's a Battle Royale format. And basically, Battle Royale means it blends the survival, exploration, and scavenging elements of a survival game, the last man standing gameplay. So think of this as Hunger Games, but in a video game format. Okay. So on the top, on the middle of the screen, you see a map, right? And in the middle is illuminated and bright, and then the borders are all in dim. So this map will constantly be shrinking in size, and players, in order to stay alive, they will have to stay in these limited areas. Okay, and depending on which type game titles you go for, 50 to 100 players will be sent onto this map at one time, and the objective of this is to be the last man standing or the last team standing. Okay, so as the map shrinks, there'll be inevitable moments where players will have to eliminate each other. Okay, through a first-person shooter mechanism. So when you play as a game, this game would actually hone some of the skill sets over here: teamwork, adaptability, communication, camaraderie, and strategic thinking. Okay. So for those of you who like to understand a bit more about the gameplay, I've included a different game. It's called PUBG. I'd like to play you this short video so you understand how this gameplay looks like. All right. So you see the players, they jump off a plane and they'll be parachuting down into the designated area that they have pre-chosen. And once they arrive on the rooftop, they will have to, or the ground, they have to start to scavenge and look for different types of equipments, guns, ammunitions. All right, and this is played in either in a single mode or in a team of pairs or in squad. Okay, so over here on the screen you see the players moving around different rooms, trying to look for different equipments, guns, and that is the enemy right there. And of course, obviously he KO'd the enemy, and that's his first successful kill, and he took away his equipment as well. So this is the initial phase of the starting point of the game, where you'll be a lot more of just amassing your equipment and ensuring that you have enough ammos and weapons to stay and last throughout the whole game. Let me just bring you down perhaps to the middle of the game, and you'll see how an example of teamwork can occur in this case. Right, at this juncture, you'll start to see that this player is looking around and hunting for other team members and trying to eliminate them. Those players at the back, those are his teammates. They're playing in a squad of 4. And this is very interesting scene when you see one of the players, he gets hit, he falls to the ground, and this player goes in and try to cover him. He sees the enemy, he prepares for the shot. He zoom in, he takes a shot, he misses. He changed to a different rifle and he started shooting away. So it's very realistic. You can throw smoke grenade as well to make sure that you cover your own tracks. Yep. And then he got a KO. That's 17 kills. So I'll stop right here. I think this gives you a good understanding of what is a battle royale game. And this is a different game that is much more popular called PUBG, Players Unknown Battleground Mobile. So PUBG for short. All right. And moving on, I'd like to introduce to another gaming genre. This is multiplayer online battle arena. We call it Moba for short, MOBA. This game, I like this game genre a lot more because I tend to like a bird's eye view of playing game and not so much of, I get a bit dizzy when I'm playing first person shooter or battle royale. So in this game, in the middle right here, you see a map. This is a map where the objective is really simple. You will have to work as a team of 5 to destroy the opposing team and their base. So there are 3 main efforts of attack. There's a top lane, there's a middle lane, and there's a bottom lane. Okay, and within these 5 players, every individual players will have different characters, and it comes with different abilities. Some has stronger attack, some has a stronger defense, some has a special skill. So to be successful at this game, the teamwork and the choosing of the team members and the character has to be one that is complementary across all. You ensure that you have a good fit of players across. And as a team leader, when you're playing this, you have to determine which is the lane that requires support, which is the lane that you like to push first. Which character should be perhaps doing some farming so that they could up their level. And Marvel Super War was launched last year. It's growing in popularity. It's not as big as some of the other mobile game titles right now, but it's a game that if you have your colleagues or your staff in the company are fans of Marvel movies, this is a very suitable game. Okay. So let me just take you to, and once again, of course, in this game, there'll be leadership skills, teamwork, communication, camaraderie, and strategic thinking as different skills that will be honed. Okay, and this game, teamwork is really, really important. I'm going to show you actual gameplay. This is once again another game called Mobile Legend. Okay. All right, let me just bring it forward a little. So this is buffering. And as you can see on the map right here, you see the players they're fanning out right now into different efforts. So they're going to the middle lane and the bottom lane. Apparently the top lane is not taken right now. So there'll be different roles that individual players will be playing. Some will go head on to the enemy. Some will stay behind. Example, this player right here, she is trying to farm. So she'll kill this monster or minions so that she could level up herself in terms of attack abilities. All right. So let me just, I'll move forward a little as well, so you could witness how an actual gameplay or a fight will look like. All right. So in here, you probably see some good teamwork happening. All right. So obviously that one player she wanted to take on 3 other players and realized that she was outnumbered. Eventually, she lost the battle. And once she lost, after certain time frame, she'll be her life. She restart her life and then she'll be able to restart this game again. So in this case, you can see that different players have different abilities, different characters have different abilities, and they are trying to roam around and look for the best opportunity to attack and launch their attack on each other. Okay, and to win in this game, you really have to work together in a team, and individual players, no man is an island. If you are playing individual, you definitely suffer in this case, right? And the eventual game, as you move towards the end, you see the players attacking, clearing the turrets along the way, and attacking towards the base. And yep, this is coming almost towards the end, and you see them taking down the base. And once the base goes down in health, they have KO'd the enemy, and then they have won the match, so they are victory. So this is an example of a mobile game. Very interesting game title. Every game is about 15 to 20 minutes long. Very interesting, and it's good for team bonding within companies as well. Okay. And with that, I'd like to perhaps showcase some of the examples that we have done during this circuit breaker and this COVID situation. So these are some of the different schools. We have the first one on the left, NTU Alumni Association. They have reached out to us during the lockdown period in May to do a PUBG mobile online tournament. And the prizes was pretty decent. They offered Sennheisers headphones. The one in the middle was done back in July. It's NTU School of Social Science Alumni Association as well. And this was a bit more different. They did a combination of PUBG together with Pictionary and Trivia. All in on a Friday night. It was about 2.5 hours for all these games to go through. And on the right, this is one that is ongoing right now. It's one that we have been doing for Just Code. So if I may switch over my screen, let me show you a little bit more about our platform and how Bountie's platform can help to alleviate some of these organizational issues. If you are new to organizing tournaments, you can jump on board our platform, and within essentially 5 to 10 minutes, you'll be able to have your own tournaments set up and run. So this is our platform, is app.bountie.io. This is essentially what you will see. These are featured tournaments. These are user-generated contents, different tournaments from different countries. This is from Indonesian. It's Indonesian 1 million. That's about $100. This is held in India. This is in Thailand, in Thai baht. So the prize pool are stated there, and the number of teams available to sign up, they are available. They are viewable in the space as well. So if you're using our platform for the first time, all you have to do is create an account. Okay. And I'll bring you through the whole process of how you can have a tournament start up within the next 5 to 10 minutes. So simply click on create and create tournaments. And right here, there's a very simple 7-step process as stated here. First, you have to select the game that you would like to be organizing. Let's say Mobile Legends, one of the games that we saw earlier on. And then choose a number of type of 2 all the way to a team of 5. System, there's different elimination style. We'll usually go with single elimination. And how many slots would you like to have? Would like to have maybe 8 teams or 16 teams participate in this. And we can call this maybe the ETS, Mobile Legend Championship 2020. All right. And put in your start date, end date. It's very intuitive. Just click and go and forget. Put in your time as well. I think, there we go. And prize pool, if there's any, you can select different currencies as well. Any additional information, description of the tournament, rules and regulation, and if there's any sponsors, you can put in their logo as well. And once you've done this, you can essentially click save and publish a tournament and save it right here. I can't save it right now because I've not completed the steps. Once you save it, this tournament will be live on our platform and participants could choose to participate in this. All right. And if you'd like to make this a closed tournament, we can vet through the participants before admit them as players. So with that said, let me show you maybe the Just Go tournament that I was talking about earlier. So this is a upcoming tournament. If there's any PUBG player out there, well, this is something that you could join in time. It's happening in a few days' time. They are calling from teams from Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Taiwan, and South Korea. A total of 128 teams. There's 99 teams confirmed right now. So there are still about 30 more teams available. And so if you scroll further down, prize pool are stated here. Sponsors, they have Workwell, Razer, Alibaba Cloud. And as an organizer, you'll be able to look through the participants' details. So they register via the platform. You have all the 99 teams data, they're all on our platform right here. I could put in the standing of the different players when the match commences, the rules and regulations. So this is like the digital infrastructure that we have built to ease any organizers. Should they want to organize a tournament, our platform can help you to alleviate all these different administrative problems. All right. So if you'd like to have a bit more understanding about our platform, you could contact me at the end of the session, and I could give you a personal demo on this. So with that, I'd like to jump back to our slide right now. Okay, so moving forward, I think this is something that is unique to our platform I'd like to share before we end up this session. So we have a result-oriented funneling system on our platform in which we see tournaments being as the way of generating traffic. And on our platform, we have a quest function for us in which brands could engage with the live audiences. And then there is a store which can convert this quest into potential sales for that particular brand. So let me show you a little example of how this looks like. So this is how a tournament would look like, and a shoutcaster, a commentator will be talking on screen, and then you see different products like Monster Energy, ASUS in this case, being advertised. And the shoutcaster could always say, hey guys, we'd like to thank ASUS as our proud sponsor for this tournament, and as part of this tournament, they have offered a 30% discount coupon for anyone who complete this quest. Click on this link right now and you'll be directed to the quest. So on the quest page, this is where it's a quest page under Bountie. They'll be redirected to the quest page, and as a brand, I could have different tasks for them to complete. For example, liking a Facebook page, telling me which is the best ASUS headphones that they like. And once they've done that, then they receive this desired 30% discount coupon. And then they could then finish and complete the whole funneling system by visiting Bountie store and purchase this product. So we make sense of your event and convert the sales via Bountie store. And what's interesting is that as a one-stop sales funnel that we have, we'll also provide the post-campaign analytics for this particular brand and organizer as well. So this is what makes us really stand out as a platform. And if you'd like to find out more information, you can always contact me. And with that, I thank you all for your time. I hope that you have taken away something useful and helpful for your organization today. This is my contact detail, and good luck. Have fun, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Desmond, for your sharing on the various game types, genres, as well as deeper understanding into how gaming is more than just entertainment, but very integrated with our lives because intrinsically, we all have our preferred mode of stimulating our minds. In other words, our preferred games. I'm sure this is a great time to open up the floor for questions to stream in for Desmond. Catch him now while he is with us and he can answer to your queries right here, right now. Click the Q&A button or scan this QR code to access these sessions Pigeonhole Live. Thank you, fellow viewers, for your continuous active participation in our Q&A session so far. I shall then now pass the mic back to Desmond to answer several hand-picked questions. Desmond, please.
Hi, thank you for the introduction. I was told that my headphones was a bit muffled, so I took it out. So anyway, I sent a few questions right here. Let me just get to it right now. So the first question asked is when can events be held again in Bountie Arena? So I think the answer right now is as of the 5th of August, we wrote into Singapore Police Force to ask them for, based on 6,600 square feet of floor space that we have in Bountie Arena, how many people can we have in that space? And well, they have gotten back to us with an official email saying that we can host events with up to 45 people maximum. That's inclusive of organizers, participants, everyone in 45 packs. So with that said, I mean, if there's any organization out there you're looking to host, an event, a small scale event offline, you can. Bountie Arena is available. Also, at the same time, we are considering to do a partial online offline events. We have the space available as well, and we have the necessary social distancing measures in place to handle that. Right. Second question, I'll get to how much does it cost to use your platform? Yeah, sorry, I didn't cover that point earlier on. So the platform is free to use. It is free to participate in. I shouldn't say it's free to participate in tournament because that is not up to us. It is free to use as an organizer. All right, but the organizer will decide if that particular tournament is free to participate, or you would have to perhaps pay a registration fee to be part of that tournament. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions. And in the near term, for us, we are going on a freemium model. So for all the organizers out there, corporations, they are thinking about utilizing a tool like ours to alleviate your tournament's concern. It's good news for you guys in the short term then. Okay. Next question I'll get to: can this be used as a fundraising tool or a paid event? And that's two parts of the question. And second part is, are there any connected payment portals? So let me get to the first part of the question. Well, this is entirely up to the organizers to decide because we as a platform provider, we build the tools and the infrastructure. And we build it with a focus towards organizers and gamers. So we empower the organizers to take our platform and then to go out there and organize various tournaments that they want to. Okay, so whether will it be used as a fundraising tool or paid event is entirely up to the organizer. So the answer to that question is yes, it could be used as according to the discretion of the organizer. And the second part of the question is, are there any connected payment portals? Well, if you have asked me that question 1 month ago, the answer would be no. We're still working on it. But as of right now, yes, we have had our approval by a payment gateway, and we are in the process of integrating that service. You should see that available in a couple of weeks' time. Okay, and what that means is, if as an organizer, when you are charging a registration fee for a particular tournament, the players wouldn't have to be rerouted via another payment gateway like PayPal or maybe PayNow and pay you on a separate platform. They could pay you directly via Bountie's platform with our integrated payment gateway. And thereafter, if there are prize money to be sent out to different players, for example, the first, second, third prize, you can also distribute the different price pool from our platform as well, right? So this is the one-stop connectivity that we've inbuilt. And further to that as well, the platform that we've integrated has Quest and also the e-store function. So very soon you'll be able to have players, they are playing on the platform, just like you see on the sales funnel. They could convert onto the Quest, and then further down to that, they'll be able to purchase things on the store. So if you are corporations and you would like to list your products on the Bountie store, you could also do that. So you're able to potentially turn your viewers who are watching this particular tournament into your sales, into your return of investment. All right. The next question: can this be organized across different countries? Yes. The good news is that I think I mentioned this in the earlier introduction. I believe that gaming is akin to music. It's transnational. It's transcultural. Us existing as a online and offline platform. Offline it is you can't go transnational, of course, but in terms of the online platform, Bounty's tournament platform, we can organize basically tournaments in any different countries. But of course, the prerequisite to that is as an organizer or as a company that is interested to do this, I would have to access what are the popular games that is well received in these different countries that I would like to organize such a tournament. I do want to go with a game title that is popular in Singapore, and perhaps when I take it to Australia, to Korea, it is a bit more lackluster. So that doesn't make sense in terms of getting sufficient sign up for your tournament. Okay. Other than that, one thing is you could contact with organizers like ourselves, and we could also do a test in terms of the ping rate, because every game would have their own game server, and some game servers are shared across different countries in the same location. Some countries have their own individual game servers, and if the countries has connected game server, the latency and the ping rate will be much lower as compared to the other one. So that's when we'll come in and we'll do a ping test, we'll do a trial test and see if the ping rate is playable. Okay. All right. The fifth question right here. Seems like a lot of work to do up a tournament within our corporation, though. What are the preparations required? Okay. Well, this would be true probably a couple of years ago. I think where Bounty is coming at, we're striving to provide a tournament platform that would take away all the administrative process for corporations and for any laymen who wants to just get behind and start a tournament. Sign up a platform, sign up an account with Bounty. Within the next 10 minutes, we'll walk you through a step-by-step process on how you can get a tournament started. And then from then on, it's ready to be started. But with that said, if you want to do a good tournament, there are several different parameters that would have to be observed. Of course, you need an administrative team, and depending on the scale of your tournament, whether is it a big scale with up to hundreds of players, or it's just a small minuscule community tournament within your friends of 5-10 people. Okay, you need an admin team to manage the registration. You need a production team. Somebody like what you're seeing in ETS right now. They have a full-scale production team seated behind them to ensure that there's no technical error. The videos all go live. There are the right overlays being placed on screen. So there's a production team that's required as well. And then depending once again on your scale of tournament, a shoutcaster. That's what we call in gaming, but it's called commentator or game host in the layman term. So that is also required to some extent, depending on how official like to take this up to. It's just like the shoutcaster is akin to an event as an MC. So imagine you have no shoutcaster, then you wouldn't kind of enjoy it as much as an event without an MC, right? So a shoutcaster makes sense. So 1, 2, 3, these are the 3 different elements that you could consider. That's very important. So I think also further to that question, there are a few different esports events company in Singapore. Many of them are our friends. So feel free to reach out to them. If you'd like to have their contact, let me know. I can do some introduction as well, and then I'll be in touch with you. And the last question I'll get to is, do you offer educational games? So for us, we are just like clarify on this on 2 points. Point number one is we are not a game publisher or a game developer. That means we don't design and we don't write the games. All right. Other than that, we are a platform. Apart from that, we are a platform that allows such games to be organized on our platform. Okay, so if it's an educational competitive game, then yes, it could be held on our platform. That isn't an issue for us because we don't do a direct API integration into these games. There are limited games. There are some games you can do that, but there are many others that you can't. So we don't focus on that aspect of the integration. So it exists purely as a third party platform for you to do the administrative process of the game tournament. And second part of this question is us educational games. We as a platform, we focus generally on competitive games. So games with a competitive player versus player nature. So those are our what is solely focused on. So most of the game titles that you see on our platform right now, many are Call of Duty, PUBG Mobile, Mobile Legends, Marvel Super War. You have League of Legends, Dota. So many of them are esports game title, which are the ones that are talking to Gen Z and the Gen Z and the Gen A right now. So I think with that I ended my Q&A. I think maybe as a parting word, I would like to thank all of you for the question and attention. And for corporations who hasn't tried any esports tournaments before, I'd like to perhaps give it a shot and understand how it feels like. Feel free to reach out to me. I have my contact detail listed in the booth. If not, you can always get in touch with Aaron. All right. And with that, thank you very much for all your time. I'll pass the time back to the host.
Thank you very much, Desmond. Indeed, a host is very important in an event, right? Thank you so much for the clear explanations and answers to the questions posted. A quick recap. There are two ongoing challenges in this event and tech show, one of which is the photo challenge using the virtual photo booth in the interactive and demo zone. Snap a quick photo of you enjoying the various experiences on ETS to stand a chance to win a very cool t-shirt. Just curious, how many booths have you guys visited so far? This afternoon, it should be around 10 to 15 booths. After popping into several booths, you will notice that there are several booth layouts available. And yes, you are right that different layouts mean there are different things for you to discover. A special thanks to our exhibitors for boldly showing the world new ideas and innovation they have came up with. Allow me to introduce one particular booth type, the package-driven digital booth. On these booths, our exhibitors have gone an extra mile to craft interesting packages for your considerations. Some of these packages are even complimentary for you to try out, some of which are potential new additions to your business events, while some packages are self-upgrading costs. If you have explored around the ETS platform, you will have noticed the check-in buttons in various halls, as well as the interactive zone. These are milestones that you can collect as an ETS explorer. Every premium ticket holder is automatically entitled to one chance to spin the wheel in the interactive and demo zone. Collect all of these milestones by checking in and get another 2 spin the wheel chances. Amazing, right? Attractive prizes includes the sponsored virtual tour offered by Monster Day Tours, one of our silver sponsor for Event and Tech Show 2020. The next upcoming virtual tour will be on 2 days after the Event and Tech Show on the 5th of September 2020. Instead of imagining how would the experience be like, why not sign up now and try out the Bingo virtual tour by exploring the Silicon Valley of Singapore at One North. Do join us at our next session, as we have from Asa Vista, Sam Libens, who will talk about the real data-driven event planner. Please stand up.